my name's India, and I'm making the 7th and final video in a series of videos I've been making in conversation and in response to Alain de Botton and John Armstrong's Art as Therapy. This book proposes a different way of viewing the purpose of art in our society, specifically taking on a therapeutic view of art. The author proposes 7 different purposes art can have if we take on this view, and I'm creating questions and answering questions based on those purposes, but for books specifically. This last question is based on the idea that art can help us honor what's ordinary, and so I've chosen books that I think help me honor the ordinary. The first of those is Brooklyn by Colm Tóibín. This is about a Irish girl who immigrates to America for work. This deals with questions of homesickness and love and family. This book is incredibly atmospheric. It tells the story of someone who's leaving everything that they know behind to take a risk on America, and that's kind of terrifying. This is an incredibly beautiful book. The way that it's written honors this brave journey. The next book that I want to talk about is Pilgrim at Tinker Creek by Annie Dillard. I read this a couple of years ago, I think in junior high at a summer camp, and I was just blown away by the writing in this book. Primarily, this is about Annie Dillard at Tinker Creek, just looking at things and observing what's around her. There are passages where she discusses a swamp, or the organisms that live inside of a swamp, for pages and pages, and it's so in-depth and detailed. And I think it's something that honors not only the ordinary, but the minuscule and the natural that we tend to kind of not pay as much attention to. I found this book so fascinating, and I want to reread it pretty soon. The last book that I want to talk about that I think does an amazing job at honoring the ordinary is one of my favorite books, and that's The Shell Collector by Anthony Doerr. This is a collection of short stories. I think this is Anthony Doerr's debut collection. The title story is about a man who is blind and living on an island, and collects shells. And each of these stories tells the life of someone who's ordinary and just going about their day, but who decide to accept change, or who are kind of met with change. There are a lot of stories in here that I think about so often and can't get out of my mind. So that's all the books that I have to talk about. These are the books that I would put in a museum or a library museum if I were adopting the mode of looking at art and mode of looking at books that Alain de Botton proposes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around if you've watched all of these videos, and I encourage you to make videos of this like your own. I'll put more specific and complete questions in the description bar below, but yeah, I'll see you in another video.